you know? If they can get a week off from their work, hey, come to New Helen and serve for the weekend. You know, even if it's like a 1 day service, it means a whole lot to the institute and for that person than them wasting it just sitting at home watching TV. That's just how I feel, at least, you know? You know, you all
Excellent.
back.
So Endo, do you have any questions for our celebrity guest?
Okay, Cam, don't encourage it because he's already like in his own head, you know.
All right. All right. For our guest, for our humble guest.
We
There
have
you
to humble him a little bit, you know. But yeah, so Nabil, I have a question. Like, you know, I've been to your Baha'i Center with you, and I saw a few youth when I was there with you and those things. Is there any way like the Baha'i Center we can work with? You know, like we can collaborate with as Luhelen maybe. You know, like we can send them pamphlets, we can send them informations, or like how Luhelen can help these youth. You know, like cooking in the kitchen, cleaning, fixing stuff. You know, like there's and spiritual growth on top of that as well. It's like something that like Luhelen can give a youth. You know, like everyday life skill that the youth will need to survive in the real world. And I know Luhelen can do that because I've been coming to Luhelen since I was 15, serving in the kitchen when I was 15, before up the age, you know? So is there like youth that are over 18 that we can connect with in DC area, or like someone who actually works with the youth there in the DC area that you can like, you know, connect me and Cam with, and we can actually have conversation with them. And it will be, I think, a great opportunity both for us and for the DC community to have some connection where we can actually like support one another, you know, like Luhelen can support from this end, you know, from nationals end, and they can support us from a local community end, you know, like it would be perfect. And then if they want to come, maybe like, you know, have a youth retreat at Luhelen. Luhelen is there unless it's booked, you know, like something that we can work with the local communities with, like the LSA, whatever it is that's like works with the youth there. Is there any way like you can hook us up?
So that's actually a pretty good question. You just literally just said what I was thinking about. Of course, you know, we always supposed to focus on the 5-year plan. That's definitely for sure. I don't disagree with that at all. And at the same time, though, if we are able to contact the LSA members, and I have some friends here, you know, who are part of the junior youth group here that do junior youth group consistently every weekend. Of course, right now they can't do it, but real consistently they be doing it, and I can definitely reach out to them and let them know, and even connect you guys to them, so you guys can have a conversation with them where if they're able to find you guys, any person or even themselves, they want to come to Helen and serve. But at the same time, one thing we can also do, like from the institute perspective, is if there's a way we can reach out to the LSA members, and notifying them that, you know, there's a, yes, our focus always should be on a 5-year plan. But if there's anybody who, if there's like, let's say in one community, let's say there's a 20 youth, right? And out of the 20 youth, let's say 15 of them are doing a 5-year community service. And maybe the rest of the 5 people, maybe they want to come to Luhelen and they want to serve, but may not know how to do it, or they may not know how to go about it. So they may not get the whole information. So they might just be like, all right, I'm going to focus on a 5-year plan. And they're just adding those 5 people on the top of 15 people. So maybe those 5 people, if the LSA can stay on their, like on the holidays on 9-day feast, which since we often meet on 9-day feast in the community aspect of things, they can mention maybe, you know, I know we have this amount of people who interacting and doing all this and that for the 5-year plan, doing a junior youth group, children class, and Ruhi books and other devotions and all that. And maybe if there's any person who would like to go and Luhana and serve for about a month, or even like a weekend or 2 weekends, you know, maybe there might be people that might volunteer. I had a friend in Ohio. Her name is Zara. She was interested in coming to serve at Luhelen. But the last minute, some things fell apart on her, so she was not able to come with me for the African conference.
Mhm.
I told her about it if she was interested in it and everything. And at first she was interested in it, but at the end, a last thing came up and she was not able to attend. But now I think she was about to start her residency, if I was not mistaken. And that was the reason why she was not able to come to serve. But things can happen in our lives and everything. But the best way is, I think, if there's a way we can send directly to all the LSS, not just only DC area.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Baha'is in the West Coast as well, who doesn't have the opportunity probably to know how to come to Blue Helen or Green Acre and able to serve, and I know some friends that served in Bush, and they love Bush. And that's the only school, from my understanding, that's the only school I have not visited or served. And
Hmm.
that's going to be on my bucket list to go there and serve. Definitely, if it is for 1 week or two. When I come back from Haifa, that's going to be one of the first few things I would like to do before I start actually working. So I can truly say that I've been to all schools and served at all schools level.
Make sure
Ah,
make sure you check with us first to make sure we have no program that we need you for. Okay.
Yeah, I'll definitely reach out to you. I like that.
well, let me ask you another specific, Nabil.
Yes.
I know you've served at quite a few of the schools, and I know you've shared with how it has made an impact in your life. How are you serving now in your community in DC?
So when I came to DC, I had roughly about 2 months originally, 2 to 3, almost 3 months roughly. And with that 3 months, the only thing I was really, to be honest, I wanted to do was focus and was relationship building up more relationship with my family, with my mom and my dad. Because the past 5 years or 6 years, because of school, I've been traveling, I've been living out of states, and I never really lived with my parents for a while. So those 2 3 months, I was trying to find a very quality time, spend time with my family. Of course, at the same time, going to 9-day feast, any devotional programs in my community or in DC community. DC, they do once a month a devotions where all youth come from DC, Maryland, Virginia, and they sit and they enjoy music there. Any person who wants to do a prayer or come up with the music and sing anything, we all will do that and participate in that. And I've been on it. I've been part of it by going and attending. At the same time, every Sunday, you will never miss me from the DC Baha'i Center. I was there and I will leave until the end of the program ends, like all the way when people leave. Even when Ramat and Dal Kacho came to visit here in DC area, I even took them to show them what the DC Baha'i Center looks like. And they got to meet a few people. It was, I believe it was like around Thanksgiving, so not a lot of people came for it, but still they were able to meet a few people. They saw the Baha'i Center. And I've always spent my time at DC Baha'i Center. And then after DC Baha'i Center, some of us, as a group, will go out and grab some lunch and still have that spiritual connection with each other. And that's how I was planning to spend my time. And then COVID-19 happened. But but still, we still meet through, with my communities through Zoom by having a devotions, participating in 9-day feast, definitely stuff like that. But I never really, to be honest, I was focusing so much in having a relationship and continuing strengthening my relationship with my family that I didn't really go out for junior youth groups or anything like that activities.
Are you trained as an animator?
Yes, I am. So I've taken book 5 and book 3, each of them about roughly 4 to 5 times, each of them, roughly, because of especially during a Lou Helen, when I was at Greenacre, we once a week, Thursdays supposed to be our free day, and the morning normally or the afternoon, depending. Every week it might change, but we will have about 3 to 4 hour gap where we sit and we go through read books. And normally we went through books 3 and 5, and that kind of strengthen and that all kind of always made us make us more spiritually connected to literature, not just only the spiritual of working physically.
Okay.
So that was actually pretty cool. And when I was in Richmond, I was doing my undergrad. Uh, her name is Midge Falcon, who I adore, who is like my second mom, who she always made sure that we went through all these books from book 1 to 7. Me and Nola, four of us, we went through 7 books, all the book 1 to 7, and we she want us to make sure that we know what we're talking about so we can actually start our own read books in the future. And most of us, you were repeating books again and again. We did book one, I believe I did book one with them maybe 2 times or 3 times, just so I can understand how to become a man, but in the future how I can be part of the read courses when I have my own read. At the same time, junior youth, I had a junior youth program over there. We went to this Oak Grove community, and we were able to have a little space for us. And every Monday, from I believe roughly, if I'm not mistaken, we meet up around 5 o'clock, and we go up to like 6 or 7, where they give us about an hour to 2 hour gap where we sit with the students, and then we go through some of the junior youth books. And I believe we did the first one, and I was not able to go after the second one because of school and work. At the time, I was working full time, going to full time school. So that was kind of prevented from me to attend. But I was always, if they needed me, I was always there to help out.
And once again, thank you for joining us on the top with a conversation with Nabil Endris. Come back again and see the concluding episode coming soon.